Here. Here. Feel.
Mom? There's a shiny over there. Get the shiny. Get the shiny. The shiny is not shiny anymore.
Hear, feel, think.
Hey! Hey you! You alright, lad? You're emoting something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the aether, I reckon. You'll get used to it though, don't worry. You there! Halt! What's all this about? Inspection. Man, search the carriage. Inspection for what? I'm so tall. I'm just an honest peddler, friend. So, don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man. At least I cut it out. Wow, you guys are rude. Look, sir. Somnus? Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You're rot in a dungeon till the end of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Heh, business as usual. Ah! Amalaja! Amalaja! To arms! To arms! Seven hells. Consider this a warning. Now go! All of you! Ooh, he got smacked good! Just went flying off the screen! That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lad. Bastards will have the shirt off the back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Think the gods is sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seeing as we've still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them youngins don't care much for conversation, see? Brent's the name. Brent. I'm just gonna call you Brent. Brent's the name, and Petland's betrayed. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. I knew it! I'm Going where the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call a living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. And what was it that first attracted you to it? One glory, I'm gonna go with that one. I guess. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks as other folk ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame that coin can't buy. Adventurer. When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need to know about the adventuring business in there. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, what is this your first trip to Ul'dah? No, I've been to Ul'dah many times on my main. You don't. Of course it ain't. Still might be as this journeyed internet has a few new things to teach you about your destination. Did I ask you to tell me about Ul'dah? Did I ask you? No. Then why are you telling me? Ul'dah is ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folks know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist crones would happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while she commands the loyalty of the royalists, and the royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, the lizardmen, that's the Amalja, couldn't care less about Ul'dah politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve him. They say war is a gift to peddlers need breed and profit, and though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, long last. Behold Ul'dah, jewel of Thanalan, where folk turn sand into gold.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises, a solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ul'dah.
Ul'dah. Ul'dah.
Even with the coming of the 7th Umbral Era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
Sup, dudes? I am so flippin' tall. And here's where we part ways, lad. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. Then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prattle. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. You'll never know my name. Apparently.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Final Fantasy 14. And that was like 10 minutes of cutscenes. Holy crap. And it's still going. Oi, Venture, over here. Hi. I mean you. Fresh out the carriage by any chance? Eh? How can I tell? Heh. Who the hell are you? My name's Waymond, and my business is known every booger else's. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge, even. Just this once, like. Welcome to Ul'dah, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. I'm using a mouse and keyboard. I actually know how... I don't want to do that, thank you. Thank you, but I already know how to play the game. I already know this, so shut up. Shut up. We recognize an adventure in the city-state. Just plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse. And I don't want that on my conscience. So before you do anything else, you'll want to head over to the Quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild, and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with adventuring, adventurer. You have begun a quest. Use a duty list to complete your quest. Which is your journal, I guess. I've been waiting for so long to make my snake person. It is so weird seeing this place empty. Oh, shush, shush. Shush, shush. Hello. You're short. Why, hello there. Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. The name's Mori, and I own this fine establishment, if it pleases you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ul'dah, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you that it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amalja, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath it all, there's worry. Worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the Lesser Moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an eighth hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things began to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is, they don't. Nobody does. There is one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are just as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to recall their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we'll call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand, and try to leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Yes. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. You have no idea what I'm going to be doing. I'm counting on you to help put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business with the quicksand too. Anyway, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Sareth Cackle. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alright, Mr. Cackle, on behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. And the Aces said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you're given a fourth chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy! Well, ain't that a sorry sight, nor an uncommon one if I'm honest. Don't worry though, if you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. What? Anyway, welcome to Ul'dah, Sareth. Take a moment to catch your breath and I'll teach you a little about our fair city. And slate. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You have taken the first step as an adventurer in the city of Ul'dah. Listen well to the wisdom of Momodi Modi, then go forth and discover the incredible adventure that awaits you! Yes, I know. Give me my main scenario quest, please. Before you go charging up to find your fortune, I have a few basic... I can't English right now. I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetherite Plaza. To head there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, and then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetherite. If it weren't for Aetherites, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them. So be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned to an Aetherite before, Sareth? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Pugilist Guild over at the Platinum Mirage. Assuming those weapons of yours ain't just for show, you might consider trading there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the Sets of Thought. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah, as long as you've got the guild. Just make sure you don't pay more than you ought, Sarah. There's plenty There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesoroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short then, visit the Aviary Plaza, visit the Cuculus Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some honest-to-goodness problems. There are also some honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. That many of them fail to realize that instead of chasing after Gildem, a lot of folk are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after Gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up and coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it for me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you finished, will you? That way, I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. Bye! Yes, I know this. Shut up. Oh, there's a person behind me now. Okay, let's go to and taste some aetherites. What is that beside my name? Control that and sprint. Sprinty, sprinty, sprint. You tune to the aetherite. Hail, adventurer! Might have you come at the behest of Miss Momori of the Quicksand? You're so small! Excellent, which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests that you are unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into the ethereal energies and are primarily used as means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you have heard of return and teleport. While these transportation spells make direct use of aetherites and the connection to the flow of aether. Given that there's an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultana's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Yay! Yay! I can use your turn now. Yes, I know what that does, thank you. It lets me return here for free. Though I can only use it once every half hour if I'm correct. Oh, wait. You want me to go in here. Who am I talking to? Where? Oh, back there. Duh. I'm blind. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. See, you already walked the path of the Pugilist, yet your journey has only just begun. Highly recommend you add your name to our role. There's no better place in all the realm to train in our discipline than here. The origins of pugilism, as we know it can be traced back to the staging of bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum. These contests attract fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles crashing together on the blood sands. Amidst the chaotic intermingling of styles, there was a pugilist of singular strength and skill. This woman made her life's mission to master every form she encountered, that she might refine her art. Among her many song-worthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in a gladiator tournament most fondly. Back when barehanded fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took on fully armed and armored gladiators and effortlessly bested the lot of them. Word of her feat spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Ul'dah swiftly transformed into a center of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this master among masters. The woman's name is Cornelia, and it's to her that the Pugilist Guild owes its existence. The art of practice here based on her own compassy style, and this training hall is modeled upon the one which she once built. And there it is, a brief history of our guild. I did not ask, but thank you. True this help 1,000 times, but gods it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, should you wish to proceed with enrollment, you must first obtain the guild master's approval. Let me know if you would like to meet him. Yes. Master Hammond is among the greatest pugilists of our time. For long years, man ruled Bloodsands as the Holy Fist, though he has since retired in favor of training aspiring fighters. Find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show him the fighting spirit burns within you. Okie dokie. Oh. Sup, bro? Past time you got your arse back here. Well, what did the dancer have to say about my proposition? Huh? You're not my errand boy. There's no dancer. Never was. I'm not doing anything indecent. I swear to the gods. Okay. What? You're here to enroll? Well, why didn't you say so sooner? In my capacity as guildmaster, I would be glad to give you a premiere on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal as much damage as a blade, it hardly matters when you can land several blows for each swing of the sword. What we lack in destructive force, we more than make up for in speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking techniques, but you also learn to string them together to deliver an endless flurry of blows. Wow, you just did that. Only through such fierce combinations can a pugilist realize his potential. Are you done yet? Ugh, crikey, I spent from all this talking. You ought to speak more, son. You're giving me a chance to catch my breath. But where was I? You were just wailing your fists in the air. You weren't even talking. Ah, right, joining the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you that the path of the pugilist is long and arduous. Do you believe you got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself now. Sure. I can go the distance. Yes, you have fighting spirit. I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny you a place in these walls. Welcome to the guild, son. For your first lesson, I want you to test your fledgling skills against the vermin of Thanalan. Get out there and put down 3 marmots, 3 hornets, and 3 shrews. Return here when the deed is done. Okay. Oh, turn around. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna end this video here. And look at my snake. He is beautiful.